Okay, welcome back to Conversations with Neighbours, where we sit down with the people and businesses who make our community stronger. Today, I'm excited to be joined by Angel, the founder of Inspiration Learning Center. Angel's story is one of courage, vision, and impact, from her early experiences growing up in mainland China to moving to Canada with a dream of reimagining education. She's built something truly inspiring. We're going to talk about Angel's journey, her philosophy of combining East and West in education, and the impact Inspiration Learning Center is having right here in Newmarket and Aurora. Let's jump into it. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's start with early days in China. What was it like growing up in and I don't know how to say the system.
Gaokao.
Yeah. And how did that shape your vision for education? So take me back into that part of your life and that system, and how did it shape you?
Yeah. So when I grew up, so we do everything. You have to take an exam. So there is only one exam determine your future. So either you go to which school you want to go to by ranking from that results from that exam. So that makes all the students, they have to study 27. And even they have to shorten our summer vacation because in order to excel in the final exam, you have to practice a lot, repeat, practicing, doing the same question again and again. That's how you can increase your accuracy and the speed.
So everything is test driven.
Yes.
And so you have to be studying. You have to be putting in the repetition, putting in that work, because you know that testing part is such a big part of the system.
Yes. And especially because of the test is standardized. Everybody write the same test. So that requires every teacher to teach the same thing. So you have to follow the same textbook, teach the exact concept, and you don't have any freedom to using different resources. But workbook, yeah, you can use different workbooks, but textbook is only one version, and everybody basically doing the same thing.
Wow. So then what leads you to leave to come to Canada? What was that process like for you?
So I had enough.
Yeah.
So, but honestly, back, because I moved to Canada in 2001, we were very poor. China, whole country, not only me, but I'm from I think one of the poorest province. So I was a teacher before I moved here. I was teaching English. But I was engineering background, but I was teaching English. And so in summer, very, very hot, over 40, but you don't have air conditioner. So when you write on using the chalk, write on the whiteboard, blackboard, and all the dust that goes to your face because the fan is on your head. And horrible. Like I share with my kids, I say, even shower, I only can take once a week. Because we don't have hot water, we don't have very good, living conditions. So then you started watching the movie, from Hollywood. Then you thought, that's where you want to go. Yeah.
Wow. So 2001, you come to Canada?
Yes.
And then when do you get this idea or this belief that tutoring can be something more? Like it can be a movement. Like when does that idea start to come in?
So in the summer, after I finished university the first year, I went to Thunder Bay actually for my graduate school. So I came back in the summer. I was looking for a summer job, and then I got the opportunity working at the tutoring center, which is a pure Western way tutoring center. It's a big chain back then. Horrible. So I was the more like a sales. Like it's a Chinese professor bought that franchise, but he was not able to speak English. So he needed somebody to help him to manage the center. So I stepped in. I worked 3 hours per day at that center. So because you do sales, one of the parents paying the most money get the list result. So the reason why, it's the methodology is wrong. Because I do believe every learning towards life learning skills. But for a student, if you don't improve the school performance, they're going to lose motivations, confidence, everything. So they are not able to catch up. They are not, has no interest. If there's no motivation from the students, the result is very minimal. So that's happening in that center. I find that the parents paying a lot of money and didn't get what they want.
Yeah, there wasn't improvement or progression for the students, even though they're dishing out all this money. And then when the student doesn't see progression or improvement, like you said, they're going to lose motivation and be like, I don't want to do this anymore. But when you see I'm improving and my scores are going up and I'm getting better results, that's going to feed into it. You want to continue to do more and more and build the momentum. Yeah. So what was it like to open up your first Inspiration Learning Center in 2003?
So I tried, talked to the headquarters to give some suggestion, but they refused to take it. I understand it's a big chain. You know, if any innovation you take in, you need to go through the procedure. So I just had enough. Then I said, okay, why not to try myself, like a methodology to do it. So I started to tutor by myself. So I tutor math, ESL for the newcomers, and then Mandarin. Yeah, so I tutor 3 subjects.
And so you start the business, you start with tutoring, but then now in 2008, you begin to franchise.
Yeah, so 2003, I started my first center to test if the concept is working. It went successfully in 3 months. Within 3 months. Then I thought, maybe it's in Scarborough. Back then, it's a lot of immigrants in that area. I said, maybe the concept is not working. Like it's only working for this area. But then I decided to launch the second one in Mississauga when I had a couple of students, knowing our reputation, take TTC from Mississauga to Scarborough, took the summer course from us. So I decided to launch a second one there. And after the second one, I'm fully confident about my system.
Yeah, so so the system is proof like now in another location. Do you open a couple more before you then go to the franchise model? Or is it like, when do you decide to really expand? Because what are you in? You have 16 locations now?
14 locations.
14 locations? Right. So when was that switch? You've proven the business model, right? You know it works. Mm-hmm. And then now you want to franchise it, give an opportunity for women and immigrants to kind of have a business that they can run, right?
Yeah. So that's we have to back to the first job I got in Canada. I was working in a sandwich store, wrapping the sandwich at the Young and the Blue or the Subway station. So I worked for a franchisor. So that's how I learned the franchise concept in 2002. Yeah, that's the first time I learned about this concept. That's why when I started my business, I never thought I'm going to have one. I always want to have more. But of course, from that franchisor, I learned a lot. Don't be too greedy as a franchisor. Trying to help people. That's the only secret that you can succeed in franchise.
Yeah. That is something I have seen in franchises, like all they care about is selling the next franchise, not like the business owner that has the franchise, right? But it seems that, that's important to you. You want them to be successful as well too when they own a location in Aurora or Newmarket, right?
Yeah, win-win.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I believe.
So you're known for your East meets West education model. Can you explain what that means and why is it effective?
Okay. So for example, give an example, the teachers teaching math in public school. So September, they would teach, for example, subtraction. and then won't come back for the subtraction until the following September, because they go chapter by chapter, concept by concept, but they do not have the constantly review final exam when they are in elementary school. So that's why when they reach grade 7, grade 8, grade 9, they struggle, because the concept they actually didn't fully understand and master the basic foundation. So that's why I think the Eastern way is going to help the kids build up a stronger foundation. They need more exercise.
Yeah, for sure. You need to put more work and do more reps on the foundational parts, and then brick by brick, you're going to build a true understanding of everything rather than like chapter by chapter. And you're kind of the difficulty, it improves the following year instead of like doing it consistently over time. I guess that's what it is, right?
Yeah. So the problem in the school is because they do not have a standardized test all the time. They only have grade 3, grade 6. But when you don't have the standardized...
EQAO.
EQAO.
I'm just thinking back of when I did that. I was like, you're right. I only did those tests in grade 3 and grade 6. I see. Yeah.
So when you don't have the standardized, I wish can be more frequently. And then the teacher would reflect, how much liking their students, and give both of us, understanding. But even for the EQAO, I think it's more testing for the teacher, not for the kids. I don't think many parents knowing how to read the EQAO. Even myself, I don't know my daughter's EQAO result.
Okay. Yep.
And she's in grade 10 now. So the school never really sent you back and to analyze the result.
Should it be like every year a standardized test?
Yeah.
And then you'll truly know where you're at and if you're improving across like multiple different disciplines, I guess.
Yeah, especially in the under grade 6. If you sit there, you listen well, you come to the class, you usually get the B+.
Yeah.
Right? But for the parents, they don't understand. They always, okay, we are happy, B+. B is meet the expectation. B+ is even more. But when you are in high school, older grade, then suddenly jump to 60, then you say, what? My kids are always a B+ students. But actually, they do not know. It's already missing.
I see. Yeah. Like you don't truly know what level you're at because it's getting missed until you're then in high school.
Yeah.
Which honestly, then at that time, like your skills and your how you learn and stuff and the amount of work you put in is already set because that's like what you learn in elementary school, right? So if you just think like, oh, I only have to do this much work in this and I get a B+. And then the truth gets exposed when you're in high school or beyond too, where it's like you actually don't know what we're talking about in this class right now.
Yeah.
That's I have never thought of it like that. I'm pretty sure that happened to me.
But there is even more important. It's for the school teacher. So you would frequently hear students coming home saying, oh, my teacher doesn't know how to solve the problems. Oh, they made mistakes, when they're trying to show us the steps, which means that math teacher is not qualified to teach this great math. But why the school system won't let the specialized teacher teach specialized subject instead of let one teacher teach
everything, yeah.
But, for example, if your major is English, you might not be able to do well for grade 5 or not a confidence for grade 5 math. How are you going to teach the kids? But I understand for the education, like a school board, in order for them to hire a tutor, they look at more things. Are you able to coach? How many subjects you are able to teach? So they look at that factors. But then when you really place that teacher into the system, they struggle because they are not a math expert. It's hard for them to teach the concept, even they don't understand the concept. So that's why our EQL doesn't look good. Our premium is not happy about the result. I saw a lot. Like I would go to school and talk to the teacher. I remember very clearly for a high school in Toronto School Board. After I went to the school, I say you marked it wrong because your question missing tapped one condition in. Then this question changed to a different question. And then you didn't notice, and then you check all the students, the answer is wrong. This happened quite often. Yeah.
Wow. I don't want to jump ahead, but my mind right now is just like this wave of AI being able to solve a lot of these like problems like that too. But and as well too, like it seems that tutoring or like supplementary education is so important then, because, you know, it's a lot harder to change the school board and all these teachers, but than it is to like get your kid over here with proper training and education for like these subjects that really matter.
Yeah. But tutoring center, same thing. Like for us, because we are from, like we combine Eastern and Western. So Eastern, the one of the advantages we are very selective for tutors. I only assign the tutor with the engineering background, math background to teach math and the science. Yeah. I won't let a teacher who's like maybe major political science teach them math and the science. That's our center when we select it.
You need to have someone that has true understanding of it.
Specialized.
Yeah. So parents often worry about exams and grades, but how do you help families focus on the bigger picture of the development of the child? Obviously, we want tests and we want to see that progression, but overall developmental of the child, how do you think about that?
Yeah. I notice a lot of Canadian kids, they only come to the tutoring when there's exams coming. But usually, honestly, we took them, but the result is not very good. I'm a strong believer, consistent effort. You don't leave whole while you're learning, hold the journey. So if you want me to give advice to the students, especially for high school students, they have to regularly to attend the tutoring session instead of you don't go for 3 months and, the exam next month, I'll go for a month. It's not going to work.
Yeah, because that's, again, like you're not developing true understanding. You're just like, I need to memorize this for the test. That's way different than I actually understand like how this works, right?
Yeah.
So you gotta, don't just come for test time. Actually learn it, right? So you've been recognized nationally, top education franchise, diversity champion, and one of Canada's top 100 elite franchise leaders. What do these honors mean to you?
Very happy, very rewarding. And that's why people always ask me, why you smile all the time? I say, because I'm helping kids, helping young entrepreneurs, and helping people in general. So that to make you happy.
Yeah. I love that. What advice would you give to other women or immigrants dreaming of starting their own business in Canada?
I think first, you need to understand the language. So you need to spend lots of time to learn the language. So how I learn, when I moved to Canada, I never find a job that doesn't require me talk. I need to speak because that's how you practice your language. And secondly, is trying to immerse yourself out of your own community. You need to be in a working environment, more diversity. That's how you can better understanding the society and also language. Secondly, it's a system. I really, now I look back, maybe you didn't notice, we also have the authority to grant high school credits, which means we are a private high school. But the system, Western and the Eastern, is completely different in terms of the assessment, the evaluation, and how I can get the license, because I thoroughly understanding the system here, education system here. But how do I know? With a lot of help. I really appreciate the people who helped me, all the inspectors from the Ministry of Education. They are truly my mentor. and they gave me opportunity. Even, when you first started, you didn't know anything, but they would bring a lot of notes showing me, and they would introduce a senior person, ask me to learn from them. So Canada, it's a great country, really, really, but only reward to the person you really want to learn.
Yeah.
So that's why I encourage every immigrant need to know learn the system, and be confident, because always people on the road willing to help you. Canadians are the best.
Yeah. Love that. What's next for Inspiration Learning Center? Where do you see education heading in the next 10 years? The business? Before COVID, we are in a very uptrend. I was very excited about the growing, expanding, and then COVID hits. Honestly, we had a tough time during COVID, and then after COVID, I focused more on the recovery. But now we're facing AI. Everything's changing. So I expected it to build up more, but I want to explore more to blend into the high technology into our system down the road. That's the next 10 years. Yeah, love that. Okay. Well, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thank you very much.
And we'll see you on the next one.